You might have noticed I haven't posted a video in a while, and I'm going to tell you why in this video and what I plan to do about it. One of the last shorts I made was actually about AI, and in a lot of ways this short was a way for me to not feel so nervous about the impact that AI is going to have on our lives. But more importantly, I started realizing how scary AI was as a force for many software engineers because, let's face it, when you type in a prompt to ChatGPT and you get code written back to you in 3 seconds that may have taken you hours, perhaps even days to write, it's hard not to feel a little bit dejected. So I really had to do some soul searching. I had to spend some time thinking about what is the role of a human programmer in a world of AI, but not only in the world of AI as it currently stands, but in a world of AI as it's going to be 1, 5, 10, 20 years down the road. And I've come to some conclusions, some that are quite hopeful and some that are not so much. I've played around with AI quite a bit since then, trying to figure out where do I fit into this world? Where do I fit in as an engineer? And more importantly, where does the hobby that I really love fit in? With the way AI is right now, it is a tool and an assistant. Now, it can be a very helpful assistant. Right now, AI is like having a junior engineer at your beck and call 24 hours a day. They don't get upset if they have to come into work before 10 a.m. They don't take coffee breaks every 13 seconds for espresso. They don't spend all day on Facebook minimizing the window when they think you're not looking. As of now, despite how incredible it is an assistant. It has problems with higher level concepts. Most importantly, it can't architect an entire project. So it may help to think of yourself as the orchestra conductor. Now, AI, or many AIs, could be the individual pieces within the orchestra that you're producing. They're going to be very helpful and crucial, but ultimately, you're the person who's stitching it all together. That's what it took me a lot of time to realize. I wasn't being replaced, I'm being augmented. So think about it. When computers first came, it was difficult and very, very cumbersome to operate them and to program for them. And so doing minor things took a large amount of time. Then we moved on to higher level languages like C, and they were great. They still took a lot of time, but we abstracted away a lot of the difficult concepts. And on and on and on, we've had new languages and technologies that have just abstracted away complexity, some could argue needless complexity, so that you, the developer, the engineer, the creator, can focus on higher level concepts and making things amazing to users. Now, what you're probably going to be able to notice as a result of that is software has gotten more complicated and less buggy as time goes on. Now, I know you might be thinking, less buggy, half the stuff I have doesn't work right, but trust me, things are better than they were. So come to a language like Flutter, which is what I'm currently focusing on. Think about how much has been abstracted away. You're not thinking about memory management. Most of the functions for common everyday things you make have already been included in Dart. For instance, you don't really need to write individual for each loops right now. If you do a text input widget, you're not wasting your time defining the boundaries of the widget and all the animations. That's already been done away. It's been abstracted away, so you don't spend your time. The same thing happens when you download packages and install them and use them. You're letting something or someone else handle the work so that you can focus on the bigger picture. And what I've come to realize about AI is that I think as of now, AI is just the next layer of abstraction. So instead of focusing on writing very small parts of the program, if you choose to, you can have AI do this for you. It's not making you less of an engineer or less of an architect, and it's not making you less intelligent. It's just giving you more power to accomplish things on your own, which is especially amazing if you're a small development team. Now, nobody really knows how things are going to advance in the future. Right now, these models are interesting. They're extremely good at some things, and then they're very poor at certain logical things. And I'm not sure if any of you out there have had to go through this process and do this soul searching and felt fearful for your passion in your job. But as of right now, and right now is all that we have, you are still very valuable and the world does need more engineers. I'm going to make a video why it's still important to code in the age of AI. So I'm not going to go into this in too much depth in this video. The purpose of this video is to tell you where I've been and why. And so I did take a hiatus because of AI because I thought a few things. I'm not going to be needed as an engineer, and why would anybody need a human teacher when they have an AI? I think we all know we'd rather just learn from humans most of the time. It's just not the same learning from an AI. Another reason I'm going to continue making this channel and teaching these lessons is because I find that explaining these concepts helps me as an engineer. It helps me learn and grow and create different neural pathways and connections. Because really, if you can't explain somebody to somebody in terms that are at least marginally understandable, do you truly have a grasp of the material? But some things on this channel are going to change. So I am still going to cover Flutter because I think cross-platform frameworks are so important. Especially if you're like me, you're mostly an indie developer, somebody who works with small teams. I don't fit in very well in a corporate environment. I suspect there's many of you out there who are the same. And so being able to cover multiple platforms with one code base is really valuable to me. However, I am likely going to change the name of this channel, and I'm not going to only cover Flutter. I'm still going to have Flutter videos, and I am going to make a course called Flutter Ed, which is going to help you learn Flutter the best that you can. But I'm also going to allow myself the freedom to explore general computer science and technology topics as well. For example, I might make videos about using AI as part of your workflow in a way that will help you grow as a developer instead of be stunted as a developer. I might cover some of the principles of creating a backend for a Flutter app. Say you needed to make an API or some sort of command line utility that you can't really do as part of Flutter, or you probably shouldn't. I'm going to cover that. I'm also going to cover general principles that are going to help you learn to be a better engineer. Not just how to code, but how do you take care of your mind and body, and what kind of philosophical principles can help you be a better engineer and, frankly, a better human, and anything else that strikes my fancy. So the long and short of it is, I'm going to come back and start making videos for this channel again. I'm likely going to change the name. I haven't decided to what. I'm still going to cover Flutter because I love it, but I'm also going to cover other engineering, technology, and computer science related principles because it's fun, and I think it will help you get a broader understanding of this industry and this skill and art as a whole. So I took a break because I was afraid of AI. But I'm back now. I have a better understanding of what I'm working with and what we're working with. And I'm here to not only help myself get through this transition and come out on the other side a stronger developer in person, but I'm here to help you come through this transition. I'm here to help you realize that, yes, there's still a need for human engineers, human creativity, and human ingenuity. And I'm also here to help you learn how to use these tools. So I hope you'll stay with me on this journey as I start producing more videos and moving on in a positive, productive, and fun note. So if any of you out there are worried for yourself or think that engineering isn't really worth your time, it is worth your time. I'm going to make a video explaining why, so stay tuned for that. But I wanted to thank those of you, all 86 of you, who are currently watching these videos. I hope your program is going well. I hope your life is going well, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.